Hey guys, how are you? Thanks for joining in this evening. I'm super excited to talk to you guys today about toners. There's a lot to discuss with this, and I think that there are a lot of questions when it comes to toners. So I'm really excited to talk about this, and I have all my little samples out today to show you and go through everything so you guys can understand the world of toners. I am basically doing these series because it's my belief that after you see me, you have to do your job at keeping your skin up at home. That's what's going to give you the real improvement visit after visit. You know, a lot of people say, oh, why are you giving away all your secrets? You're going to tell everybody what to do. Is that going to take away from your business? Absolutely not. The better your skin looks, the better I look. So, I have absolutely no problem sharing this information because I feel like it's going to only help your skin look good, which is going to make me look good. So I am so excited to share some more stuff with you. So again, tonight we're going to talk about toners. Just to start off, with regards to the world of toners, there's like three big categories when it comes to toners. There are astringents, there are toners, and then there are fresheners. What's the difference? What do they all mean? And also the big, million-dollar question is, how do I tell the difference between all of them? So I'm going to go through all that tonight. You're going to be a pro at figuring this stuff out and understanding exactly what kind of product you need to use for yourself. So let's get started. Hey, beauty culture. What's up? Thanks for joining. How you doing? Hey, BDA girl. How you doing? Okay, so just to reiterate for all the folks jumping on right now, I am going to talk about toners this evening and understanding the different categories, understanding, what's a good fit for your skin, and also how to identify the difference between them. As I mentioned before, there's three categories. There are astringents, which is the strongest one out there. Then there are toners, which is kind of the middle of the road. And then there are fresheners, which is super light. So how do we discover, which is which and figure out what's best for you? So let's get started. Let's start with astringents. So with astringents, astringents remove all this excess oil that's on your skin. Like I mentioned before, they are like the strongest ones out of the three. So if you're somebody who's oil prone, if you're somebody who has acne, you really want to strip a lot of that oil off your face, then that's what your astringent is good for. Also, for all my hair people out there, guess what? Astringent's also really great for the hair. If you know about a lot of old school tricks like I do, there is a product on the market. I'm not going to mention exactly what it is, but basically the first word is like another word for the ocean. And the second word is a word that you would use to describe a really pleasant wind. Like say you're at the beach and you have a pleasant wind. So put those two together and then you get the product I'm talking about. Basically, old school method is if you put that product in with, say, your shampoo and wash your hair, it really takes out a lot of the excess oils. It takes out a lot of, say you have buildup, flakiness, dandruff, and also if you have some scalp conditions like eczema or something like that in your scalp, that really helps with it. So that's like a secondary use of an astringent. So for all the hair people out there, I know you probably know what this is all about, but astringent, again, has also, it's the strongest of the three. It has the highest content of alcohol. So when you are looking at all these different liquids out there, the easiest way to discover which one is an astringent is just go ahead and smell it. So I have an example here. This is my big tub of this that I have in my house. And it has a really strong odor to it. Never mind the color or what it looks like or whatever. Always just go ahead and put your nose right to it. And if you get a real strong odor, it's more than likely an astringent. You can't miss it. If we go ahead and take a look at the ingredients of what's in here, some of the active ingredients, of course, is alcohol, which we know because there's a lot of alcohol in an astringent. Clove is in here as one of the active ingredients. Camphor also is another major active ingredient. Like I mentioned before, this was used a lot, back in the day for hair treatments and scalp treatments. Well, now it all makes sense. Clove is an antifungal ingredient, and it's a antibacterial ingredient. Yeah, it's a spice, used in ham or whatnot, but guess what? The oil that you kind of distill from cloves, it does have an antibacterial and an antifungal property. Camphor, same thing, antifungal, antibacterial, and it's used for controlling itching, and it treats eczema. So now, yeah, it all makes sense why they would use this product for scalp treatment. And again, if you have really, really, crazy oil going on, then you would use this on your skin. So that's one astringent. I have another one that's considered an astringent from a very popular brand that you find in a lot of department stores. And if you guys recognize the coloring of the bottle, you could probably figure out what this is from, but I'm not going to say. But again, smell test. It's, it has a strong smell. Not as strong as the first product, but it is pretty noticeable. So yeah, you can pretty much categorize this as maybe a more mild astringent, but it definitely has an astringent quality. Again, telltale sign is the smell, and when you look at the ingredients, the alcohol level. So that's astringent. Did I really talk about everything with astringents? Yeah, so I did talk about the alcohol level. I talked about it's used for oil, acne skin, closes up all the pores. So I think that's like, the world of astringents that we've covered so far. Oh, wait, I have one more. I have another product. Another really famous company. It's established in New York. It's been around since like 1891. It's on 2nd Avenue. And if you notice the color, some of you skin gurus out here probably know where this is from. So this is another type of astringent. And again, not as strong as the first product, but still a nice little kick to it when you do put your nose up against it. Active ingredient, of course, is alcohol, and a couple other active ingredients in here is aloe. So this is really marketed to folks who like men who shave, using it as an after shaving ritual. And so the aloe content in here makes sense. So it's a little bit soothing after you shave. So it gets rid of that inflammation or, that razor irritation. And it is used for controlling ingrown hairs for folks who shave often and who have beards. So that's what this guy is for. So yeah, I think that's everything in the astringent world. So next up on that hierarchy is toners. Hey, beauty culture. Oh, thanks so much for saying you love my lives. I'm excited. I'm glad some of this information is really helpful. So next up is toners. All right. So as I mentioned before, toners are the middle of the road. They have a little less alcohol content. So when you smell it, it's not going to really kick your nose like the other products have. But there is alcohol involved. It's mainly used to balance the pH of the skin. Usually you can use this if you have an oily skin or dry or, runs the whole gamut, because toners come in different strengths. So they usually have a lot of toners that come in varying forms, from like a higher content of alcohol to a lower content of alcohol. Again, this is used to balance the pH of your skin. For the most part, it's a water-based product with some plant extracts, and that's, usually what is making up a toner. So I have one brand here, and this is kind of like a higher end of the spectrum type toner. This has a little bit of a stronger smell. Again, not as strong as this, and I smell a lot more of the plant extracts in here. This toner in particular has a lot of hamamelis, which is also known as witch hazel. So it's soothing, it restores the pH, and that's what this toner does. The next one is a lighter weight toner. So again, same concept, but a lot less alcohol. That's really the only difference. It's still water-based. It still has plant extracts as far as the active ingredients, but this has less alcohol than the first toner, and I can smell the difference. I have a really sensitive nose, so I can always tell the difference as far as what's in here. When would you use a stronger toner versus a lighter toner? So again, it would depend on, you know, the oiliness of your skin versus the dryness of your skin. For me, I use this stronger toner when it's like the peak of summer and I'm sweating a lot and, you know, I really don't need a lot of, you know, moisture cream on because my skin is producing enough oil in that summer month. So that's when I use a stronger toner. As the weather starts to break and change, that's when I move on to the lightweight toner because I need more moisture. I don't need to strip my skin as much. So that's really my decision maker between the stronger one and the weaker one. Yeah, so I think that's everything with regards to toners. Last up on the list is fresheners. So fresheners really have like less than 5% alcohol. It's the lightest one in the bunch. It's really great for folks who are teen, you know, teen skin's really good with freshener. If you have really dry skin, that's a freshener candidate. If you have really sensitive skin, that's also another freshener candidate. So again, does the same job as the other ones, balance the pH. It helps, you know, normalize the skin after you've cleansed or exfoliated or did anything, you know, special like, you know, like a chemical peel, something like that. That's really what this is for. And again, once I go ahead and smell this, I don't smell any alcohol at all. There's like nothing in here. And in fact, I actually can share what this is. This is actually just rose water. Yes, that's right. Regular old rose water actually counts as a freshener. It's actually the most popular #1 freshener product is just rose water. You just spray it on, leave it on, and you're good to go. So those are the 3 categories of toners. So hopefully this helps you guys with your selection of products, with your at-home skincare routine and figuring out exactly what you need. Again, if you have questions, you can send me DMs, come in for an appointment, we'll work everything out. And you know, once you know your skin type, it makes things a lot easier for you to find the products that you need. So again, if you need help finding your skin type to help start you off on the right foot, let me know. I'm here to help. Hopefully this was helpful and super informative. And tomorrow we're going to move on to moisturizer, the last step in the facial. And of course it's on Friday, so that makes total sense. So if you want to see anything else as far as topics is concerned, I'm open to suggestions. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night!